Let's draw some figures. Okay, this is the first pose, but you know, given enough time, I do think I could do a pretty decent job. So I'm going to make things harder for myself and get these done digitally and within just 10 minutes each. Right, it's 12:14 right now. I don't have a timer, so I'm just going to be using this phone to show you guys the time. I'm going to jump in and do my best to get this pose done in 10 minutes. So wish me luck. As I get started on this first pose, I thought I might tell you guys about why I'm even doing this in the first place. I'm giving myself this test because I like having little goals to work towards, and I wanted to see if the last 2 months I spent trying to get better at art had been worth it or not. That sketchbook page you saw at the start of the video was what my gestures looked like a year ago, and at the end of this video, I'll share a figure drawing I did a short while back so you can let me know if you think I have succeeded with my aim or if I have failed. I have absolutely no practice with drawing clothes and shoes, and yet for most of these I'm pretty sure I've chosen poses that do have clothes, so we are going to see how that goes because I have not practiced that at all. Let's do this hand now. I only just like yesterday learned how to draw arms, so this is very challenging having to draw an arm that's foreshortened. Are we going to be able to add something in here before the time runs out? Nope, done. Right, let's remove the base, and I mean, I don't think it's too terrible. Oh, I forgot to show the time, so it's 12:24, so it has been 10 minutes. Don't really know what to say, except that this is way worse than I was hoping for. I'm just gonna have to excuse this mess as I warm up and move on to the next pose. So after drawing whatever that was, I took a tiny little 2-hour lunch break, and now we're going to work on this fourth hardest pose. My thought is that we have this kind of swoop here. Let's try and replicate that. Swoop. This foot kind of looks like a banana. I haven't spent any time learning how to draw hands, and I haven't even been like attempting to draw them, so please do not expect me to draw them here. I only have like 10 minutes per pose, and everything else is already hard enough. The second arm is going up more than the curve that I drew there, something like that. I've got like half the time left though, so we're okay for now. I'm trying to do my best to just replicate these poses, but I'm not doing the best job ever because these poses are incredibly difficult, and I don't think I've quite managed in the space of 2 months to learn how to be a complete maestro at figure drawing. Again, I haven't gotten much / any practice in terms of drawing clothes, so I have no idea what I'm doing in terms of that. I think this pose is turning out better than the last one, which is lovely to see because that one was terrible. To be fair though, I do find static poses to be a bit more difficult than ones in motion. I think drawing figures that are in movement is also a bit more forgiving, but like don't count me on that one because we're only on the second pose and things could definitely continue going downhill from here. I have no idea what I'm doing in terms of feet, but just hoping it doesn't turn out too bad. And then this arm here, I think I've been drawing that hand a bit off, but the fact I'm even attempting to draw these hands at all is enough for me. Let's remove this. Honestly, that's not too bad. We could probably clean this up and have something that looks half decent. And that is time. You know, I think this one came out a lot better than the previous one. There's still like lots of mistakes and stuff, things that I could improve, but all in all, I am pretty happy with it. Alright, hardest pose number 3, it is 2:11, let's go. So I am scared of this because I'm probably going to struggle with getting her arm and leg like that. I think starting with her body might be the best bet for me right now. I am super messy with how I do these sketches, but I have no idea what I'm doing, and this kind of seems to be working for me. Yeah, I do regret with the way I started, but it's too late now, and there's no erasing, so just going to continue moving on. We can figure it out later. Definitely made her arm way too short. Let's fix that. We might end up making it too long, but it be what it be. I think that's okay. So we've got the body. Now let's try and get those legs in. I'm definitely not going to have time with this one to go over at the end and clean it up. So maybe let's try and actually clean it up a bit as we go, because not going to have time for that afterwards. We've got like 4 minutes, which isn't too bad. And honestly, like neither is that with like 4 minutes left. Not too bad. So I think we actually do have time to go in and to try and clean this up a bit. I say clean up, but her hair is such a mess. The hair covers the arm there a bit. I know, I think it's okay. I don't think it's too short, hopefully. And then this kind of curves around like that. I don't think I left enough space for her bottom, so let's try and fix that. We've only got a minute left. Not enough time. Stressing. 30 seconds. Me saying that's not enough time might have added to the time because it kind of seems like we do have enough time actually. There we go. That is time, 10 minutes. Honestly, I am very happy with this. I was really worried that I wouldn't be able to get this area to work, but I think it turned out just fine. And I think that this pose and the last one more than make up for what happened with the first one, so let's hope these drawings continue to go well. Right, so this is what I have for the second most difficult pose to draw. The reason I chose it is this region and then also this jacket. It's 226. Let's start. I'm gonna go like that for that line. I think that's okay, right? And then I'm gonna make it smaller. Genuinely have no idea how to go about doing this. I think I'm gonna start with the legs, which is probably gonna be a mistake, but I don't really know where else to start. So that's where I'm gonna start. Maybe starting with this leg will actually turn out to have been the right choice. And we've got a foot and a shoe. I think this is probably gonna be like the worst, maybe second worst, because that first one was terrible, but yeah, this is not turning out great. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I might as well talk about what I based the difficulty of the poses off of, because I didn't mention that earlier, and I don't really want to just like complain this whole time. So this list is clearly very subjective and based on what I personally find hard to draw, which is largely just like static poses because I do find them harder. Your own list of the top 5 hardest figure poses to draw will probably look quite different, and that's okay. Maybe something like that for the arms, and then the second arm here. I think I was wrong when I said that this would be the second worst figure drawing, because this is definitely going to be the worst one. These hands look like, I don't even know if you can call them hands because they kind of just look like weird sausages. Gonna give her a fringe, maybe adding that will help. And then we got out the jacket. I think it goes something like this. I don't know if there's any way to fix this, genuinely. Let's try and add the other side of the jacket. I'm not even gonna bother trying to clean this up. Like, I have the time, but absolutely not. I would blame this on the clothes, but it's not just the clothes. It is everything. Okay, like, is there anything I could possibly do to make this better? I gave her a smiley face. We have like a minute left, but I genuinely don't know if there's anything I can do to fix this mess, so I'm just gonna move on to the final pose. And this is the final figure, the hardest pose that I could ever imagine even attempting to draw. I kind of have a feeling that it's gonna go better than the last one, kind of just because it's more structure or something. It is right now 2:38. Let's draw our last pose. This pretzel is the armature that I'm gonna be building off of. You know, armatures are actually quite useful if you're drawing stuff you're probably never ever gonna draw again in your entire life. We're already 5 minutes in and I've only drawn this. I think I'm just gonna have to lock in and draw because this is a very difficult pose and I need all my focus on it, so no distractions. I'll just have the next bit be a time lapse of the process. Okay, hi, editor pirate here. What should we talk about? Well, doing all these poses was genuinely challenging for me because all of my gestures, figure drawings, anatomy studies, everything I've been like doing has been traditionally, and drawing digitally is quite different to that. I've just always found it easier to be loose with my hands when doing traditional stuff than digital, but I have preferred digital still, so you know, it's just different. And I did try to like find poses that would be challenging, though the first one did surprise me because I was kind of expecting it to be a lot easier to draw than it was. Also, I thought I might take a moment to thank all of you awesome viewers for tuning into my videos. I'm really grateful for each and every one of you, so you know, please take care of yourself, drink some water, have a snack if you're hungry, and let's see how this final pose turns out. That is time, 10 minutes. Honestly, I am really happy with how this turned out. Is it the best thing ever? No, but with how complicated it was and I was trying to get it done in just 10 minutes, I think that I did a pretty decent job, and I think that this was the perfect way to end off the top 5 hardest figure poses to draw. Here are all 5 of the poses together, and as promised, here is I think it was a 20-minute figure drawing that I did just 2 months back. What do you think? Have I improved? Let me know in the comments below and I will leave my answer down there too. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!